Alright guys, welcome back. So, we're going to have a little bit of fun today. For most of y'all that know, the new Fallout series is coming out with new episodes. I watched the old one, I kind of binge watched it over Christmas so I could get caught up. And now we're actually to a part where I could actually give a crap about the Fallout series, where we are going into New Vegas. Obviously, to most of y'all, Fallout New Vegas is probably your favorite Fallout, like many of us is. That wasn't proper English. But anyway, yeah, Fallout New Vegas is my favorite one. Probably one of my favorite video games of all time, and I'm sure it is for y'all as well. But on today's episode, I want to go over something that I want to go over. Obviously, after watching the Fallout series and getting back into Fallout, it kind of made me want to start on a modern Alice pack. A lot of the NCR guys in New Vegas, and just throughout the Fallout series, they will start introducing, and you'll see them wearing old, like Vietnam, 1950s era gear. So it's like a mix mash of World War II gear, maybe some World War I stuff, and all the way up into like early Vietnam, which is really cool. So on today's episode, I'm going to give you a little look at what a modern Alice kit probably looks like based off of Fallout, and kind of some outerwear as well as footwear, and as well as just kind of like a scenario based Fallout kit. Obviously really just depends on where you're going to be. If you're going to be up in the east side of the United States, you might have to deal with quite a bit of rain, or if you're up in Oregon or something, you'll be having to deal with a little bit more rough weather. But you can always, in New Vegas, you're going to be down the Mojave Wasteland, and that shit's going to be hot. That being said, let's get into it.
The chance to begin again in a totally brand opportunity and adventure.
Alright, so what we got today, obviously very inspired by Fallout, is this modern Alice pack kind of setup that I've got going on. This has a combination of late Vietnam, early 90s. There's just a lot of Vietnam inspiration with this one. I live in Tennessee, and a lot of the Vietnam stuff shows up in Fallout New Vegas as well. So, maybe I'm cheating, maybe I'm not, but it's Fallout. You see it all the time. You get some really high-tech modern stuff mixed in with a bunch of old gear. So, y'all can forgive me this time. But for the most part, right here is my modern Alice pack. So let's take a look at this thing. On the front, I know you see it right away. I've got it double belted. I do this to a lot of my stuff, like my Smirch kit and whatnot, because sometimes I don't want to sit there and mess around with all the belts all the time. So what I do is I have one that fits larger in case I want to wear more layers, and I got one that fits me without a bunch of layers on. So I got hot weather and a cold weather lace-up system. But to go around, we have a Helicontex padded, I believe this is like a competition style belt, but it's just for padding. Obviously, having two belts, they're gonna get kind of uncomfortable at some point, and it's kind of hard to get them to stick together without taping them, and I don't want to do all that. So both belts went through the sleeve just fine. They work perfectly in there, and then that also allows me to connect everything else with Molly webbing systems, which just, it's way easier, and that allows me to use modern stuff as well as Alice webbing stuff. Just works very well for me. The harness system is an old Vietnam H-style harness system. It's had a couple of holes, so I reinforced it with a little leather patch, so no more germs are going to get into the padding of this, and like that will stop me from having like impetigo or something, because if you know anything about germs, they like to sponge. So me fixing that with that little leather reinforcement, and it feels better. But this still has padding on it. I've washed it. The fibers and the cotton on this was getting pretty dry, so I went ahead and waxed it a little bit to give it some life back into it. But man, I love these H harnesses. They rock. Big fan. Right here, this is not old fashioned. I'm gonna replace this eventually, but this is just something to hold my magazine for my pistol. Nothing too special about that. Right up here we have a pinch release Vietnam era into the 90s era Alice kit system that is holding some extra magazines. 29 rounds as always, baby, you know it. I will throw my phone and my wallet probably in this one since I've waxed it down so much. Well, I didn't wax this one, I silicone sprayed this because this is nylon. But same, it's covered. Right over here, you can do whatever. This is just my pistol. And, but yeah, I've just got a regular Photon, Alienware Photon, and it holds my Glock. Over here, I got me the 2-cell. This is a modern touch. I got the 2-cell. Y'all have seen this before. Just holding my Galil mags, just for fast reaction. Moving around. I just got an old Vietnam style canteen pouch. This might also be kind of a World War II style as well. But yep, opens up with these 2 little button flaps. And I'm not keeping the canteen in there right now, but if I was in the Mojave Wasteland, I'd be running 2 canteens because obviously water will be scarce. But as of right now, I'm in a place where I got plenty of water, so I'm just keeping this spare leather belt here. I'd probably keep some spare underwear and some spare socks and just shove that full of just kind of extra stuff that I want, maybe some toiletry, what have you, and I can use it as a dump pouch if I need to. Moving on to the main portion of this whole thing right here, which is the butt pack. The most important piece of any Alice kit, or if you don't run one, I don't know why you wouldn't. But it's got Molly on the side, so instead of putting it on my belt system and taking up more space, I decided to increase the pack volume by attaching these on the side. And I can use these for anything. Right now, I just got 2 extra mags in this general purpose Vietnam style magazine pouch over here. And on this side, I've got my caps and probably something else as well. But yep, these are just general old style pull tab, general purpose Vietnam style era mag pouches. That was long, don't worry about it. So right here we have an original Vietnam style Alice butt pack. As I do with most of my butt packs, I keep my longer looking 29 round mags sitting like kind of on the side where I can reach back and grab it real quick and just kind of go with it. But there it is, there's the Galil mag. In here, I'm also keeping my cookware. It's good to have cookware, man, because I can take this off. I can cook in this. I can cook in this. I think this is one of the Swedish cooking things, but you can hang it. This is an excellent piece of gear to have. I've had this for a long time. I don't think I've ever showed y'all, but I keep a bunch of stuff in here at all times. Oatmeal for the mornings, coffee, what have you. Bunch of food stuff. But for the most part, you get quite a bit of space in this butt pack. I'll show you a close-up of how much space you get in here. It's a decent amount of space. And then just, you know, just in case, just carry yourself some food. Some dried food, some jerky, what have you. Probably some bug repellent, some rat away, the essentials, you know, some jet if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby. Actually I forgot to attach this to it. I'll attach it later. But for me, I'm just carrying this old World War II style knife right here. Always carry yourself a knife. This is a EGW knife. This is really old fashioned. This is what my grandfather carried around when he did his hunting and stuff. But yeah, this is a pretty rugged knife. It's a full tang. Fantastic knife. Can't say enough about it. Haven't used it a whole lot, but boy, this is sharp. And it's got a bottle opener, which I was going to use to open the Sunset Sarsaparilla, but I have a Galil with a bottle opener on it, so I was just going to use that, to be honest. Moving it back around to the last piece, we've got a canteen pocket. Obviously, keep some iodine tablets if you can the iodine tablet pocket, but yep, keep yourself a canteen, and redundancy is key. You know, have yourself one of these. There's no reason you should have one of these. I mean, they help you so much, and they weigh nothing. It's just stainless steel. Just have one. Boil some water, drink water out of, drink your freaking coffee out of. Like, it's just nice to have a little bit extra that doesn't take up space, and it goes right into this, so there's really no reason why you shouldn't just go ahead and get one and slide your GI style canteen right into it. That covers the Alice pack, or the modern Alice pack. Obviously, I would have a couple of different things based on where I'm going to be, and I'd have some eating utensils and maybe some bed rolls, and that will cover the Fallout based modern Alice. Let's go over some Fallout based outerwear. Well, first up on the list is simple blue jeans. Blue jeans have been around forever. Just blue denim. You can find denim everywhere. And obviously it's canon. The NCR Rangers wear the denim jeans. Tons of people wear denim jeans in Fallout. It's just one of those things. You can also get away with some khaki colored pants, some old fashioned canvas pants. Any of that stuff, you'll pretty much be matching the vibe. Alright, so if I was out in the wasteland, just really depends on where I want to be. It's situational. What would I want for, you know, to wear? Well, first off, this is a Stetson 6X. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a Stetson 6X. I believe it's a Skyline. Doesn't really matter what kind of cowboy hat you want, but this fits the vibe of Fallout, especially Fallout New Vegas. If y'all don't know, y'all can spray felt hats down with a waterproofer pretty much, and they act like a big umbrella. If you're somewhere where it's gonna rain a lot, you might want some wax canvas. I know, this is like the 5th wax canvas jacket I've showed y'all, but take my word for it, this is the LL Bean field jacket with wax canvas. This thing is really nice, just simply because it's not a super heavy duty canvas one. Obviously, if you're in the wasteland, your miles may vary, but throwing this thing on, you're going through the wasteland, you might want something that's a little bit more waterproof and a little bit more rigid. Wax canvas is known to be a little tougher than just some regular cotton canvas, but it will get hot. So, although it will get hot, you can double this as a pack cloth. So if it starts to rain, you can throw this over your pack if you don't want to wear it if it's too hot outside, but you don't want to get wet. Next on the list is for hotter environments. Obviously you're going to want something to wear over your regular wear. It's the wasteland. You don't really want to be bare bones out there, but another one that's going to breathe a little bit more, but it's still going to be pretty rugged, is this Patagonia workwear. I think this is called the Iron Forge canvas jacket. I think this is made of hemp, but the color's amazing. It goes on, it's unlined, which is the important part because this is gonna allow you to breathe a little bit more, not having some lining inside this. When it's a hot summer day and I'm about to go do something, I throw this on. Moving on to footwear. What is some proper footwear to wear in the wasteland? Just right off the bat, I highly doubt that you would want to wear something that is not going to be rugged. You're not going to wear your Jordans out in the wasteland. Very obviously, leather is going to be my choice. Easy peasy. But I've got 2 different scenarios and 2 different reasons why I choose these 2 different types of boots. So, for the Mojave, I'm choosing these Dan Post ostrich skin, just regular Western boots. One being, they're leather, and ostrich is a very, very, very tough leather, and on top of it being a very tough leather, it's a light leather that is also extremely comfortable and bends with your foot. My favorite thing about the Dan Post boot is, besides it being comfortable and fit my foot real well, is they usually come with a rubber bottom. Now these weren't on here when I got them. I wore mine out 2 times already because, you know, that's how comfortable these are. They're just kind of pull on, they breathe real well, so I just wear these year round. But I got tired of slipping because they're leather bottoms usually, and I got my cobbler to put me on some rubber bottoms. These are some Vibram. I got a little bit more grip. It doesn't disrupt the silhouette of this boot, and it gives me a little bit more grip. So if I ever do step on some ice or somewhere slick, like some wet ground, I'm not gonna bust my keister. So that's my choice for hot weather wastelanding. Now on the other end, this is for colder weather wastelanding. And being somewhere that is going to be mountainous, and just also these are great boots in general, so you can wear these anywhere. But if you're going to be going up somewhere that's going to be kind of mountainous, that's going to be really attempting to break your ankles by stepping on a rock or something, and maybe it's going to be a little bit cold, I will choose these Double H's lineman style boots. Yeah, fantastic boots. They're made in the USA. They lace up, they go all the way up to your shin pretty much, and you can tighten them as much as you want, and it gives you all that ankle support. These Double H boots have a really good bottom. They're aggressive in all the right spots, but they're not overly aggressive. And the stuff that's on the bottom of these, I think they're a patent. They're called Aeroglide. They're oil resistant. And I think they're made of like the same composite as like a golf ball. So it's pretty hard. And the one thing about these Double H boots, I've had these for a while now. I just oil these bad boys up, and man, they're pretty waterproof. I've stepped in some really wet spots with these things on, and they don't care. Fantastic leather. It's really high durable leather, made in the USA, union made, you name it. It's even got the flag right here, so you know you're patriotic. Get some brownie points out in the wasteland. But dang, Double H, man, you did good with these boots. These boots are kick butt. And yeah, just a whole lot of good stuff about it. And they're really cool looking. I mean, these just fit the NCR. The NCR guys, this fits the vibe really hard as far as like NCR wastelanding boots. These are great. All right. And finally, we're coming down to the last bit. What guns would I choose to carry out in the wasteland? My choice is inevitably gonna be the Galil. I've redone the hand guards with some amber shellac, and that it looks good. But just to show you, completely empty. It's rendered safe. 29 round mag in there. I'm not gonna take it out or insert it. Don't worry, YouTube. But got the carry handle. This thing's just a beast. It's just a beast. It can fold up too. This will fold over and it will be really compact. That's not gonna get me demonetized, so I can show you that, but I just can't show you a whole lot else. But yeah, folds up. As a carry handle, I mean, tons of ways to carry this around. This really fits the vibe. If you know anything about the Chinese assault rifle, the front end of the Chinese assault rifle is pretty much a reversed Khalil sight, which is pretty cool. And the Chinese assault rifle also has the upswept charging handle as well, but that's kind of like from like an RPK or an RPD style gun. I believe on Forgotten Weapons, he remakes it, the Chinese assault rifle, and that thing is awesome. But this shoots 5.56, which is very common in the wasteland. But the magazines are going to be kind of hard to find. But other than that, you know, it's Fallout. Go to gun runners, they probably got it, as long as you've got the caps, which I'm going to have to try to keep mine right here. But yeah, my choice would be this Galil, shoots 5.56. As long as I have magazines and maintain my mags, this is gonna work. And it's an AK style 5.56 rifle. It's gonna work, right? Obviously, I would not recommend just walking around the wasteland without being a scout, pretty much. So carry a sniper rifle. Give yourself enough pockets to carry some extra ammo, some extra type, and if you gotta loot somebody, you want those extra pockets anyway to be empty so you can grab some loot and go. And stash it somewhere if you need to. Or just have some extra ammo in those pockets. You don't have to have every single one of your pockets completely filled up at all times. You can have some empty stuff so you can throw some stuff in. But that being said, diversify your stuff, have a sniper rifle, have something that you can battle with like this, and find yourself some power armor because, or some riot gear armor, ranger armor, any of those. Those will work good, but as far as I'm going, I'm just going basic loadout kit. Obviously, I don't have the NCR ranger armor and stuff like that. I ain't going that hard on it, but today I just want to have a little bit of fun, show y'all a little bit of my toys and kind of what inspired me, you know, to do this Fallout kit. And just taking a look at what a modern Alice kit might look like, and I love it. But yeah, so that's going to wrap it up. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you want the more content like this. And leave in the comments if you're doing something like this, if you're inspired by any of this I've showed y'all, or if you have any questions, leave in the comments and I'll try to get to them. And if not, my bad. You know, I'm not going to answer every question you got, but I'll try to. But on the next episode, I may have done a little bit more with the Baril, and I may have gotten some more of the Plum magazine stuff if you want to see some of that. But for the most part, I'm going to keep working on this gear and this Fallout inspired gear, and I will update you with all the materials whenever that time comes around. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, Villainers.